You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's up, NASCAR diecast collectors and reviewers on YouTube? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, and I am back with a NASCAR diecast news video. And I know it's been a couple weeks since the last one to be talking about because there's been a lot of slow news coming onto the diecast recently for 2019. Overall, it's been, a pretty slow year for NASCAR diecast, but the series is back, and we got a lot of cool stuff to be talking about, guys. We got to talk about the big three, like usual: the diecast, the cancellations, and the pre-orders. But as I just messed up that order right there, but it's all good, fine and dandy. We got a lot of cool 164s to be talking about that are exclusively at the track at the moment, but probably gonna get them at the diecast dealers probably in the next few weeks or so, depending how much more longer Lionel's gonna take to ship these diecasts out. But the tracks do have them, guys. So courtesy of all my fans and friends that went to Richmond, we got a lot of cool photos of those 164s to be talking about for some 2019 NASCAR diecasts. And yes, some of those include the Ford Mustangs. So it's gonna be a good one, guys. We also do got a couple 124s to be talking about that Lionel posted some new pictures on, courtesy of them and Plan B Sales as well. So those are your two guesses of what the two diecasts are going to be talking about for the 124 section. And we got a lot of interesting pre-orders to be talking about, guys. Lots of really cool ones. Especially we got to talk about what happened at the latest two short track races that hit at NASCAR, especially in the Cup Series. Bristol and Richmond. So really cool stuff. And last but not least, we got to talk about the cancellations, guys. 11 new cancellations are on top of this, and man, we can only imagine what is next for the status of the NASCAR diecast news and anything else. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. Before I start this video, I just wanted to wish you guys a good happy Easter, or past Easter, depending whenever I upload this, Sunday or Monday. But hope you guys all had a great time spending out with family, and hope you guys got a lot of cool stuff in your Easter baskets, including NASCAR diecast, because what else is better than that, am I right? But with that in mind, guys, this is OBB, and I'm proud to present you guys the newest episode of the NASCAR diecast news. But first, let's kick it off with that wonderful slideshow. Alrighty, guys, this is OBB, the diecast news guy, and let's go and get things started with this new episode of the NASCAR diecast news with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales. But unfortunately, I do got to say some bad news about that, because we unfortunately don't have any 164s or 124s that are currently new releases in stock at any local diecast dealers or at Lionel Racing, because the new diecasts are actually at the track, guys. So if you guys ended up going to the Richmond International Raceway that just recently happened in the NASCAR Cup Series, preferably, you guys might have noticed that the haulers actually have some new diecasts in stock. So kind of like what's been happening the last few years, including last year, it looks like the haulers will be getting the new cars before the retailers and also at your dealers as well. So yeah, probably another reason why you should go to a NASCAR race to get the hottest new releases for NASCAR diecast for 124s and 164s. But I got to give a quick shout out to these photographs I'm about to show to one of our good fans and followers. Probably a good friend as well, if I do say, because he's been helping out a lot with the diecast news. You guys might remember this guy. His Instagram name is known as TNT.NCS, and he was at the Richmond Raceway like he was last year, and he provided us some great high-quality photographs of the new 164s ever released. He didn't got all of them, but I will be showing you the ones that he did got, and we'll be talking about it as we go along. So let's go and get things started, guys, as I'm going to shut my big mouth and let's get it going. So right here we got a side-by-side photograph of the first two Penske cars that have been released like usual for the NASCAR 164. So we got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Miller Lite Ford Mustang, and right beside him in the other field of view it is Joey Logano's number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang. So right off the bat, the paint schemes look very similar. However, though, there are some slight differences, and would you look at that, there are no contingencies at all. Man, that is so sad right there, even though nobody really cares about contingencies. But yeah, this is definitely, that part definitely looks kind of blank, but oh well. I mean, who really cares about contingencies? Clearly NASCAR is striving away from them. Just gotta poke fun at that. But you can also notice that the Ford Mustang bodies, yep, these are on the correct mold. As I mentioned on the last episodes of the NASCAR Diecast News, only the Ford Mustangs, and yes, only the Ford Mustangs will have the correct aero package mold, as the Chevrolet Camaros and the Toyota Camrys will not be updated and will not have the correct spoiler or splitter, so they will be outdated since Lionel says that, you know, they just can't afford it for this year. So looks like next year we'll probably get it, but they're gonna change aero package again like they usually do. But back to these diecast, guys. These are a really nice looking diecast, and yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the two Penske cars. We'll be getting back to this in a second because I got more different angles to show you of these diecast. But the next one up, we got some really interesting releases. We got the first ever Daniel Hemrick car that has been released in the Cup Series. I know, it's finally we got a Daniel Hemrick car, guys. Finally, in the 164 scale. It's his Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, and right on the bottom we got, all the Jimmy Johnson fans are gonna be screaming in the comments right now, we got his Ally Financial Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, which, man, that paint scheme's starting to grow on to me, man. I know a lot of people hated it, but man, it definitely did its justice in diecast form. But yeah, that's some really nice looking diecast that we'll begin to details once it gets released at the dealers. But this is just a nice preview picture we got of some great looking diecast. And the last ones to be showing you guys, we got some more Ford Mustang cars. We got Kevin Harvick's Jimmy John's 2019 Ford Mustang, and right along that it is another Penske driver, which I'm probably gonna, you know, go crazy over. It is Ryan Blaney's number 12 2019 PBG Paints Ford Mustang. So man, some really nice looking diecast that we got right here. And once again, the Ford Mustang looks really nice on these cars, even though a lot of people are complaining about the Ryan Blaney car. It looks just like last year's, but I could really care. That paint scheme is just beautiful. It's gonna look amazing on the Ford Mustang body, as it does look like right now. So but yeah, now let's get on to the front. Actually, we got some more different views of these cars. So back to the Keselowski and Logano cars. Here's the front end version of these, what the front view looks like on these cars. So you can see right there, I mean, yeah, the decals look a little shifted, but typical Lionel quality, right? But I'm not going to go on a too rant about that. Probably once they get released in NASCAR Authentics, and maybe we'll see some more rants reviews, since you guys love those very much. But yeah, these cars look really nice, man. It really is refreshing to see the Ford Mustang finally come to the NASCAR Cup Series after what, like, after how long it's been in the Xfinity Series. So yeah, it's really great to see that, guys. But now here is the front end view of the Chevrolet Camaro cars for Daniel Hemrick and Jimmy Johnson's colorful Ally car. So I mean, Lionel, really great job, you know, with the mold on this, even though it is an outdated mold. So a lot of people are not gonna be happy about that since it is inaccurate. But you know, is what it is, guys. This is the only company out there that makes NASCAR diecast. But I can't complain because we finally got some new 164s so far. But the dealers will be getting these very shortly. And here's the front end look of the Jimmy John's and the PBG cars. So right off the bat, I already love the PBG car. Looks amazing with the new Mustang. Just my god. And I'm really digging the new paint scheme that we got for Kevin Harvick as well. But like I said, we'll get into more details about that. As now we're gonna look at the back bumpers of these cars. So as I just pointed out, these will not have the big spoilers. So for anybody out there who's a Chevrolet or Toyota fan, you're out of luck. I know I keep saying this multiple times, but a lot of people probably aren't gonna get the message unless I show the pictures. So there you guys go right there. But still some nice looking diecast. And then here are the back bumper looks of the Keselowski and Ryan Blaney cars. So really nice right there. I know it's a little out of order, but these are all the pictures that were provided for me from TNT. And we didn't get a back bumper look of the Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano cars, but here's the top view if you guys want to see that. Probably not the best view right there, but it is something different. But can't go wrong with how beautiful these diecasts look. And once again, gotta give a shout out to TNT.NCS on Instagram for providing these photos, and make sure to give the guy a follow and tell him that OBB followed you and sent you there. So but yeah, that's gonna wrap up on those 164 cars, and now let's get on to some 124 releases, guys. So we got a new prototype look to be talking about from the latest episode of The Fix, and it is on Austin Dillon's 2019 American Ethanol Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 Dawn's a Throwback. So if you guys are probably not knowing what this Dawn's Throwback is representing, it is actually a Richard Childress throwback, guys. So that's been a while since he's done a Richard Childress throwback. The last one he had was in 2015, which was the debut of the Dawn's Throwback. So really cool he's doing a throwback to this diecast. And as I'm already going to say right now, this car is on the pre-order list as well, so I don't really want to talk about it as it is already, I don't want to say it again when we get to the pre-order. So yeah, you can get this car right now in 124 scale, like we're showing in this picture, or in 164 scale, but for a limited time, guys, because it's gonna either get canceled or it's either gonna be made. So, but so far, looking pretty good so far. I know Lionel's gonna do some touch-ups on this car, but heck, it's the first throwback that's released for this season in diecast form. So hopefully this will get others to get their Dawn's throwback schemes in, even though it's pretty early. But you know, you can't be too early when it comes to some really cool retro paint schemes. So very nice right here. And the other car I'm going to talk about is courtesy of one of our good sponsors and partners in the diecast community, Plan B Sales. We got a first look of the Bubba Wallace 2019 Plan B Sales Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, and yes, this is the one that will have the names on it. And unlike the Dale Jr. Ride with Dale Mountain Dew card that he raced at Talladega, these names will be legible. So you will be able, if you ended up buying this pre-order and have your name on the car, you will see your name. You will. So that is something I got to give great credit to Lionel and Plan B Sales, that they were able to, get these names legible. And just to show you guys, here's a closer look of what the names look like. So they look pretty legible, man. So so far, it's just a prototype diecast, man, but you can clearly see some names that aren't just a mishmash of letters and numbers and whatever. And also, there's a Monster Energy logo on this car as well. But then again, it is 124, but I just want to point that out because, all the little kids are going to be excited seeing that Monster Energy logo. Am I right? I'm trolling Lionel. That's what I'm doing, guys. Because, that's what my channel's known for. Trolling Lionel. But back to this diecast, guys. Really nice looking diecast. And I'm wondering if the names are going to be legible on the 164. I highly doubt it, but if they do, that's some great quality control right there that Lionel has. Too bad they can't do that with every diecast, am I right? Oh, there I go again. Alrighty, well, I should probably wrap up these diecast, guys, as this is going to wrap up the diecast section of the NASCAR Diecast News. And now it's time to get on to those pre-orders, guys. The one thing that we all love talking about, pre-orders. Well, diecasts are probably the best thing to talk about next to pre-orders, because we love diecasts. But we got 15 new pre-orders we talk about, including 2 that were just recently announced. If you guys saw the Bristol and Richmond races, and you will know who probably won those races, being both Joe Gibbs drivers. So the first one up, we got to talk about a pretty surprising win, but not surprising. but he ended up winning the race, guys. It was Kyle Busch's number 18 Skittles Bristol race win. So this car is going to look really nice considering how screwed up the back bumper is on this. But knowing Lionel, they're probably going to put a nice decal in there instead because they can't really, replicate damage. I mean, they can, but the mold is not going to look too great. And plus, they don't really make a separate mold for NASCAR diecast. They usually, use the same one whenever they make, race damaged cars. But I don't know, guys, it is what it is, but still going to be a nice car to look forward to considering that Kyle Busch made a strong comeback in this race. I mean, definitely, after this race, you got to say Kyle Busch is one of the best drivers that we got so far in NASCAR for this decade, guys, or for the last 2 decades, if I do say so myself. And this comes from a guy who's not a Kyle Busch fan, so that's pretty impressive right there. And we also going to talk about his teammate, Martin Truex Jr., who finally, after numerous attempts and many years of frustration, he finally got it done, and he is now finally is a short track race winner in the Cup Series. I know he won I know he won in his short tracks in his Busch Series days, but never in the Cup Series. And man, it was so close. I mean, it almost looked like Martinsville, the Martinsville playoff race from last year all over again, because Truex and Logano were fighting it off. And man, I honestly would be pissed if Joe Logano, turned him around again after the crap he did at Martinsville. But I'm a Truex fan, so I was annoyed with that. But short track racing, man, you gotta love it. I mean, this is the short tracks definitely is something that I know a lot of NASCAR fans want to see, and this is a great representation of what a good short track race is. I mean, the racing wasn't that good, but the finish was exciting. That's how I gotta put it, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, this diecast is available for pre-order, guys, so I highly encourage you guys to get this one, since this is going to be the one of many wins that we will get for Martin Truex in his Joe Gibbs Racing days. Hopefully this team will survive, since he's killed every other team that he's worked with. But now we got to talk about some other pre-orders as we're going to go down through the list. And the first one up is Kurt Busch's number 1 ComSurf Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. So this is a nice looking car that almost looks like the Monster Energy car, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm really impressed with all these new number 1 cars that we got coming out for Kurt Busch. But don't get too carried away, guys, because there is a Kurt Busch car that is that unfortunately got canceled, but I won't say it because you guys will have to tune in for the cancellations when that comes around momentarily. But the next car we talk about is the Kevin Harvick number 4 Busch Flannel Ford Mustang. So the flannel scheme that everyone kind of disliked is going to make a return at the Talladega race. And if you guys don't know what the flannel scheme is about, it's basically this paint scheme is supposed to represent their spokesperson, who, the guy with the beard and the flannel shirt who, is on the Busch commercials. That's basically what this paint scheme is representing. I mean, I didn't get what the flannel scheme was at first until I remembered that, until someone said that that's what the paint scheme is. Or maybe Kevin Harvick just likes flannel. Who the hell knows? Or Delaney Harvick. Hell. I mean, heck, is flannel still a thing? I don't even know. God, I think I'm getting too old now. We got to talk about another Don's throwback car that is now on the pre-order list, guys, to go along with Austin Dillon's. We got Daniel Hemrick's number 8 Caterpillar Don's throwback scheme. And yeah, a lot of people were disappointed with this throwback, guys. It's actually a throwback to, dare I say it, a freaking tractor. A tractor. Caterpillar, man. They don't really like to come up with creative throwbacks. I mean, they did a company throwback and the debut of the 2015 Don's throwbacks. Yeah, which was a cool scheme, but, I mean, I understand that the companies wanted to do a throwback of their companies, but I prefer, my God, I mean, what's it going to take that we're going to get, like, I don't know, a Ward Burton Don's throwback of the Caterpillar car, or, a David Green Caterpillar Don's throwback. I mean, heck, guys. Heck, even Jeff Burton. I mean, heck, Caterpillar is such a great longtime sponsor in NASCAR, and heck, Daniel Hemrick, I feel like one of these days he is going to do a throwback, especially on the Bill Davis Racing car that, is so iconic for the Caterpillar sponsor. So, I don't know. I mean, I am disappointed, but it's still a nice looking car, but I got a bad feeling since a lot of people were disappointed with this throwback. It's probably going to get canceled, but I hope not. Now we got to talk about some Thor Sport trucks, guys. We got actually 4 out of 5 Thor Sport trucks that will be made. And if you guys can guess what's the Thor Sport truck that hasn't been made yet for 2019, then heck, guess away. And you will find out if you guessed correctly or not at the end of this segment. But let's go ahead and talk about all these trucks that are getting released, guys, for the pre-orders. We got Johnny Sauter's number 13 Tenda Heel truck. So definitely different change. As you guys know, Johnny Sauter went from GMS to I believe he used to drive for Thor Sports, so glad to see him return with Thor Sports. And heck, it's this is definitely a very unique car. I mean, I do like the black and teal on this. Definitely different compared to the other 13 truck that was released last year, which was driven by Myatt Snyder. Next up, we got Clint Boris number 14 I don't even know what the hell that word is. Decalp? Oh my god. So, I mean, I do remember seeing this paint scheme last year, so it's cool that this is getting on the pre-order list, but don't know if it'll be made actually, but we'll have to see, guys. I mean, definitely, you know, a very unique paint scheme, guys. So go ahead and hit that pre-order list, guys, if you guys want to get this car in in the pre-orders, guys, because, you know, what else you got to lose. But yeah, really nice looking car, guys. I mean, really nice. Next up, we got Jeffrey Earnhardt's number 18 IK9.com Xfinity car. Wow, after a few months, we finally got the Jeffrey Earnhardt car that, you know, actually the number 18 IK9 car that people actually want. Just kidding. I know some Kyle Busch fans are going to want his IK9 car that he won multiple races in for this season in the Xfinity Series. Heck, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like it's a little too late now since, you know, everyone knows that Kyle Busch drives the 18 car in the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. But I don't know, man. I mean, hopefully this car will be made, because I would love to see, you know, Jeffrey Earnhardt in a Gibbs car be made, because, you know, that's pretty cool. See such an underrated driver like Jeffrey Earnhardt be in a top tier equipment. But heck, man, we'll just see how it goes. Next one's gonna be a pretty sad one, but a very random one as well, and some really fun facts about this car. We got to talk about Darrell Waltrip's. No, he's not back in racing, guys. No, the guy's way too old. He could be lost. He'd be like, Mikey, where am I? We got Darrell Waltrip's number 2019 Fox signing off car. So if you guys already know, this is going to be Darrell Waltrip's last official year as a broadcaster for the Fox Sports TV network for NASCAR. So yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, one of my childhood favorites coming in. I mean, as he started off in 2001, and I became a NASCAR fan in 2001. So I've literally grew up with Darrell Waltrip in the commentating booth. So yeah, even though I will admit he has lost his charm throughout the last few years. He's just been speaking mumbo jumbo now. So it was only a matter of time that we're gonna see him retire. So it's pretty appropriate that Lionel is, you know, getting on board with this, but also appropriate that, you know, I think it's definitely his time. Some people are thinking he should have been on long ago. He should have been off when Larry Mack left, but yeah, and overall thoughts, guys, feel free to post your comments and thoughts about Darrell Waltrip, but really cool that they're making a diecast out of him. And if you guys didn't notice already that this paint scheme, and now a lot of people are complaining, why the hell is this on Toyota? It's because he has a partnership with Toyota. But this paint scheme is not actually really random, guys. If you guys remember the Cars series that Pixar makes, the Cars movies, I know I called it a series of movies, there we go, Cars 1 and 3. I don't want to talk about number 2. Pretend number 2 never happened. Never happened. God, that movie is freaking dog shit garbage. Oh, anyways, I'm not a movie reviewer. I'm a diecast reviewer. But yeah, that's my opinion on Cars 2. But speaking of that, guys, this paint scheme is actually based off Darrell Cartrip. If you guys remember Darrell Cartrip, which is actually voiced by Darrell Waltrip. This is, you know, representing that paint scheme, or looks really identical. I mean, it's not like exact copy, but it's very identical. So kind of a coincidence right there. I'm sure Lionel did that on purpose, and DW said, yeah, I like that. Man, I'm having too much fun with DW right now, guys. But now, yeah, but that's available for pre-order. We got to talk about Eric Jones, that Jones boy, number 20 Sports Clips car. Really random paint scheme, I will admit. You know, the Sports Clip schemes have been, you know, very they've been, you know, pretty decent, but this one definitely is different. I'm glad they decided to change the paint scheme up, because when they first started the Sports Clips car at the beginning of this year, it had like blocks on it or wherever the hell they did. So I'm glad they redid this paint scheme, and heck, really nice looking car we got right here. So hopefully he'll make on the pre-order list. But now let's get back to those trucks, guys. We got to talk about a driver who I just recently mentioned, who was the driver of the 13 truck last year, but now he is taking over the 27 truck, and it is Myatt Snyder in the number 27 Louisiana hot sauce truck. So another nice looking truck that will go along with last year's car. So I mean, tech. You gotta love the flames on this car. I mean, truck. I always keep doing that. But now we also gotta talk about this is gonna be my good friend Derek's favorite car right here, which finally got offered, but I got a bad feeling that it's a little too late to offer this car because a lot of people are probably gonna forget about it now. But who knows? There could always be some hope after all. But this is yet another last ride car that we are getting on the pre-order list, and it is Jay McMurray's number 40 McDonald's Cessna Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. So about freaking time. I don't know what was the delay with this car. I mean, we never had a McDonald's and a Cessna car, like a collaborative scheme, ever produced in diecast form. So maybe there was some sponsor some sponsor clashes that were going on with getting this diecast produced. But it will only get produced, guys, if you click that pre-order button. I mean, I know a lot of people think that this whole pre-ordering system is a waste of time and money, and Lionel should have a better system, but this is the best thing we got right now. Lionel's done this system for quite a while, so if people don't pre-order, it won't get made. It's as simple as that. Next up, we got the last two trucks to be talked about, and they're actually trucks. It is from the other Thor Sport trucks to be talked about, and it is Matt Crafton's number 88 Ideal Door Garage Doors. My God, how many times I gotta see door in that? That's gonna be interesting when I review that truck in Wave 3. But this truck, the Menard scheme never changes in the truck series, and I don't mind that at all, man. It's such a bright colored truck, and it's gonna be a nice addition to have, even though this car looks exactly just like last year's. But heck, I'm just so glad we're getting more Matt Crafton diecast, because he is such a veteran in the truck series, and heck, it's amazing that he doesn't have that much diecast produced in the last several years. And the last truck we talk about, guys, it is Grant Infigures number 98 Champion Power Equipment truck. So another nice looking truck that we're hoping to get produced either in both scales. And yes, I forgot to mention, guys, all these trucks are available for pre-order in both scales, guys. So if you guys want some more 164 trucks, boy oh boy, this is your time to shine right here, guys. So click that pre-order button. And if any guys out there who if you guys are wondering which driver I missed that is missing out on the pre-order list for the truck series for Thor Sport, it is Ben Rhodes, guys. A lot of people are worried that the Ben Rhodes diecast isn't going to be produced, but so far it is currently being developed, and I'll give you guys updates on that when we get more information. But with that in mind, guys, that wraps up on the pre-orders, and now let's get on to the turning point of this episode. It is the cancellations. Oh man, if only I could have some dramatic music to just show how intense this is going to be. Maybe someday, man. Someday. But these cancellations are definitely quite scary and horrifying, especially anybody out there who is a 164 collector, because every single car I'm about to show you has been officially canceled in the 164 scale. Every single one. So here we go, guys. So the first one up, it is a Kurt Busch diecast, like I promised. It is his number 1 gear wrench car. This has been canceled. 124 Elite, 124 ERC, and 164. That's disappointing, because I really love this paint scheme, and we've had the gear wrench scheme produced every year when they offered it. This one I didn't think was going to be canceled, because a lot of people really seem to love this scheme, so I'm really surprised that this car got canceled, man. And plus, I use gear wrench products because I am a mechanic, so it's pretty disappointing that we're not going to have a diecast produced to this. But we can always get it for NASCAR Authentics. I mean, I know I do say that a lot, but it is the saving grace for NASCAR diecast, so we kind of have no hope right now, because this car got canceled in every single scale. Oh, we are not done yet, guys. We still got more. We got a truck to be talking about. A race twin truck. This sounds bad. It is, guys. It is unfortunately Austin Hills number 16 Chippa Toyota Pet Daytona truck race win. This has been canceled, surprisingly, in the 124 ERC and 164 scale. A Daytona truck race win. Like I said, the last few years we've had this diecast produced we've had the Daytona truck race wins produced. And this is the first year that we got an offer in the 164 scale. And still, nothing. I think it was just because the race winner, because Austin Hill is pretty underrated. But this is a championship team, guys. A championship winning team, and they couldn't even get the diecast produced. That is sad. That is really sad, man. And it's such unfortunate. Now, I know I'm going to say it's probably going to be an NASCAR Authentics, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this one we are definitely going to miss out on. I don't think Lionel's going to take the risk and make this car in NASCAR Authentics, because there's a lot of other strong competitors out there. Would be cool though, but I don't know, man. I think we really missed out big time on this, so I'm really, really disappointed that this diecast didn't got made at all. Especially, you know, this was gonna be Austin Hill's first ever diecast produced, and we just totally blew it, guys. So very unfortunate. The next diecast I'm talk about is Michael McDowell's number 34 Loves Travel Stops Ford Mustang. This has been canceled in 124 Elite, 124 ERC, and 164. I guess Michael McDowell should have kept his mouth shut when he, you know, got in a fight with Dan Suarez. I'm guessing that's why this car got canceled. I mean, I don't want to try to start anything, but, or, you know, be a jackass, but I'm just saying. So, yeah, that's been canceled. To go along with the Front Row Motorsports crowd, we got Matt Tiff's number 36 Speedco car. Again, just like his teammate Michael McDowell, this has been canceled in 124 Elite, 124 ERC, and, oh, you guessed it right, 164. So yeah, a Matt Tiff car got canceled. I mean, no surprises right there. His first Cup start in this car, well, first Cup car ever that was going to be produced, is not going to be produced. Pretty underrated driver, I will say that, but, you know, is what it is, guys. Next up, only canceled in the 164 scale, only 164 scale, it is Christopher Bell's number 20 Rudd Xfinity 164. Yeah, this was, you know, really surprising, to say the least, for Christopher Bell's car to be canceled. Well, actually, you know what? I mean, I know Christopher Bell does sell pretty well, but I think a lot of people look at the Ream scheme and they want to get that. The Rudd scheme, you know, it's basically the same company, so you're not really missing out on this car. But the 124 did got produced, so I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, I know Rudd and Ream are kind of they're under the same corporation, but I don't know, man. I think it would have been a waste if they produced both cars, so I probably understand this one. So the next cars I'm about to show you guys, they are some Penske cars, and they have been canceled in the 164 scale as well, and they're both Moneyline cars. Well, first one, as I just had a dramatic pause right there, because a lot of you guys are thinking, oh no, it's got to be Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, or Joey Logano. Well, 2 out of those 3 are correct. And yes, it is Austin Cindric in the number 22 Moneyline Xfinity car, and also Joey Logano's number 22 Moneyline. I don't even know why the hell I pronounced the money like that. But yeah, so both Austin Cindric's and Joey Logano's cars have been canceled. We've never seen a Joe Logano car ever get canceled like that, ever. But for the Moneyline Xfinity car, that has only been canceled in the 164 scale. But the Joey Logano Moneyline car, that has been canceled in every single scale. And that's surprising from a guy who just won the freaking championship last year, coincidentally. There was a lot of demand with this car, so I'm really surprised that it got canceled in every single scale. Meanwhile, the Cindric car only got canceled in 164 scale. Something's not adding up right. Tim Cindric, did you have something to do with this? Trying to get that support money for your son? Money boy. But, yeah, the Moneyline cars, man, I tell you what, I really surprised that these cars got canceled. But with good news in mind, the Ryan Blaney car has been confirmed in the pre-orders, and it will be made in 124 Elite, ARC, and 164. So glad to see there's a strong crowd for Ryan Blaney. As I just realized I'm a little out of the order when it comes to the numbers, so I apologize for that. But we got to talk about another car that just got canceled, only in the 164 scale, and it is Chris Busch's number 37 Natural Light Nature Days car. I mean, not surprised right there that this car got canceled, considering, you know, this is going to be a car that was going to be on a base. So, yeah, I mean, what more can I say about that, guys? Chris Busch's diecast, you know, last few years we haven't really seen that much going on with the Chris Buescher pre-order, so this one was surprising, but at least the 124 will be made. Alright, we got 3 more to be talking about, then we're going to close off this show. We got, for a second year in a row, we got Bubba Wallace's number 43 Transportation Impact Chevrolet Camaro Z01. This has been canceled in 124 Elite, 124 ERC, and 164. It's basically the same car as last year, but a few differences. But, you know, very underrated car. This has not been, you know, Bubba Wallace's strongest car to get on the pre-order list, so good reason why this car got canceled. I mean, heck, they gave it another shot, but heck, that's one less Bubba to buy for the collection, am I right? Man, but pretty unfortunate right there. We also got Alex Bowman's number 88 Nationwide Pet Insurance car. That has been canceled in every single scale, so 124 Elite, ARC, and 164. So, another random car, if I do say so myself, but it is the first time we got a nationwide alternate scheme that's not the children's car for once, the children's hospital car, which which those diecasts have got canceled before, but maybe we'll see this car for NASCAR Authentics, because, you know, they like to squeeze in some Hendrick cars from then and now. So yeah. And the last one, I'm pretty disappointed in, because I thought this car was going to make it, but it's only canceled in the 124 Elite and 164. So the 124 ARC will be produced, but I'm still disappointed that it didn't got made for 164. It is our good buddy Matt Dean Burrito, or DiBenedetto, if anybody wants to call it that way, and it's number 95 Toyota Express Toyota Camry. So yeah, not even a Toyota diecast could be safe in this pre-order list, because, you know, all those Toyota haters are hating away. But you know, for real, guys, though, I mean, I am disappointed. This paint scheme does look really nice. It's very basic, but heck, would have been cool if we got this car made in 164 scale. But you know, Lionel, they could always squeeze in some Levine family racing cars in NASCAR Authentics waves. I know I keep saying that every time a canceled diecast gets made, gets canceled, but it usually gets made in NASCAR Authentics, guys. So who knows? And feel free to comment below if which diecast do you guys think on the cancellation list will be in NASCAR Authentics. I'm always curious to hear guys' thoughts and opinions, as yeah, that was quite a depressing end to this fun-filled and extended episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, as I am almost 3,000 subscribers. So to show your support, continue, you know, subscribing and commenting and liking all my videos and sharing them, and feel free to post more about anything else you guys want me to talk about on the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, and tune in for some more diecast reviews regarding Wave 2 and Wave 3, and yeah, if there's anything else that I gotta say for NASCAR Diecast, that is just that's what I'm gonna have in mind. But anyways, guys, this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys on another NASCAR Authentics Diecast review, NASCAR Diecast News, and many more to come.